Guys, this video is brought to you by our friends at Lucy. Lucy was founded by Caltech scientists on a mission to reduce tobacco-related harm with a tobacco alternative that doesn't suck. As former smokers dissatisfied with traditional nicotine options, they knew there had to be a better way for adult tobacco users. It was a big challenge, but they did it with their innovative nicotine gum. 4 milligrams of nicotine in every piece means you can get a dose anywhere at any time. As you know, nicotine is addictive, so use discretion. Lucy's gum comes in 3 delicious flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. My favorite is wintergreen. Visit lucy.co and use the promo code Chael20 to save 20% off your entire order. That's lucy.co, Lucy.co. Or click on the link in the description. Remember, nicotine is addictive, so use discretion. Conor was warning Dustin Poirier that he is being supported by a higher power, that Poirier has unlocked a beast, and the beast will be cornered by the higher power. This is always one of those deals where I can tell you till I'm blue in the face that confidence and wanting it and mental and all these drives are grossly backseated to physicality. And somewhere along the way, and it's been in my lifetime, I mean, I can remember when the expression, this is 80% mental and 20% physical, but we spend 80% of the time on the physical and 20% of the time on the mental. I can remember when this expression came out, and I can remember the guy writing books and doing seminars, and then had 20 other vultures come in to write other like-minded books and do other seminars for this self-help. I can remember where this happened. It's not true. The sport is physical. There's a mental side to it where you will get tired and have to overcome, where you have to want it. And that's where this mental and a guy with a big heart can really push through. But to make believe that that's 80% of it is just factually incorrect. There's nothing, as a matter of fact, there's nothing within the unified rules that have to do with how you're feeling or what you're thinking. There is no judge assigned by any state commission that is told to do a psychological introspective of the athletes before they mark a 10 versus a 9. Every single thing within the unified rules has to do with physical. So when you have somebody like Conor come out and say that he's greatly motivated now, I'm just here to tell you that won't change the outcome, and I don't know if Conor has enough time. I also don't know that he doesn't. I'm not making my pick for this fight yet. The fight was supposed to be in May. Much better for McGregor that it has been moved to July. More time, that if he in fact has the right mental outlook and he does want this enough, that he has time to put in the physical work, because that is the only thing that will get your hand raised in a competition, the physical side of it. I am a coach. When I talk to kids and I tell them you need to want this, what I'm really saying is you got to have discipline. Because if you do everything right, you can get 1 degree better each day. So make sure you come in tomorrow and the day after that, whether you feel like it or not, and the day after that. But at the end, when the competition comes, we will now physically be ready. To have that physical preparedness is going to take some mental toughness. So I'm not dismissing the mental side of it, but the guy that came out and wrote the book in the first place and coined the phrase about the whole 80 and 20 had it wrong. The mental side of it is a very big deal. Every day when practice comes around, you will have 5 reasons why you don't want to go. If you can find the one reason why you show up anyway, that will show discipline, which is a form of mental toughness that can then help you physically prepare, which is the only thing the contest will be based on. And it's one of these things where the difference between Conor and Dustin in fight 1 and fight 2 had nothing to do mental. It had to do with one guy in Dustin stayed focused and buckled down and kept the course longer than Conor. Dustin kept showing up to practice every day, twice a day, taking matches, going into camp, flying out, getting on a scale, dealing with all the preparation, walking out there, gaining those experience and building his skills. And one guy stopped, but it had nothing to do with who wanted it more. There's a point where It's enough. Stop. It's enough. You need a guy that wants it bad enough. Well, what does that do? On a daily basis, if you were to just break everything down, on a daily basis, that means he shows up to practice in the morning, he comes back in the afternoon and practices again. There's 24 hours of the day. He has 21 hours to do whatever he wants, including sleep. But for those 3 hours a day, you're going to put in your best effort and come back and do it again tomorrow. If you have that within you, you don't need to be any mentally tougher. You have everything that it takes. That's it. Put your mind and your hope and the higher power into some other interest because you've mastered this one. If you have a guy that really wants it, it's still 3 hours of practice a day. If you have a guy who, I don't know if I still want to do this, but he shows up for 3 hours a day and does what the coach asks him, puts in his best effort, gets that heart rate up, gets 1 degree better, you're on the same path. There is no difference. Now, of course, I couldn't say that on the physical side. One guy can punch through one 2x4 and the other guy can punch through 3 2x4s. You see where the physicalness is much more helpful and it's much more true, but we'll never stop seeing guys that want to keep talking about how bad I want something. The will to win is nothing without the will to prepare. And that's what mental toughness is. It's not on fight night. It's right now, today, 2.5 months before, when the sun is out and your buddies are going down to the river. What are you doing? Are you locking in a room and staying the course? That's where the mental toughness comes in. And guys always seem to miss this, no matter how good they get. And it was years of Poirier staying the course and Conor not. In the gym, working on skills, not how you felt, not how you thought, not how bad you wanted to win it. The will to win is nothing without the will to prepare. So it's one of these things. Does Conor want it enough? And in conjunction, is there enough time? Is there enough time between now and July to physically make up for all the time lost, all the workouts missed, all the weeks off, all the vacations attended? It's one of those things where the great athletes don't ever go into training camp. They don't know the difference. The greats, the real greats, don't need you to mark off days on a calendar and identify it as camp. They do the same thing every day. They might change the intensity. It's called a peaking process. They might do that. But they don't have to make any plans. They don't have to pack the car with their gear and kiss the wife goodbye because they're driving out to so-and-so because they're in camp. A lot of guys do that. They're just not considered the greats.